intelligence? Are you finding it hard to analyze data from various sources in your organization? Do you lack a workable BI strategy? Are you finding it difficult creating self-service analytics visualization? Is measuring the right indicators with your BI a challenge to you? Is BI too expensive and hard to justify the ROI? At Southgate DataNet, we help you overcome all these challenges by giving you the needed skills that would enable you to gather data, organize data, and visualize data to benefit your organization. This is an exciting career path, and the courses we teach you are what employers are looking for. Through our introductory video to business intelligence using Oracle Business Intelligence Enterprise Edition, we explore the tools, techniques, and approaches in BI, as well as how BI and data science are significant in today's world. From there, we carry on to develop your fundamental skills in building interactive dashboards, self-serve interactive reporting, proactive detection and alerts, plus actionable intelligence like no other, all with the Oracle Business Intelligence Enterprise Solution. So, what are you waiting for? Sign up now with the link below to gain access to all the necessary materials to start your career as a business intelligence analyst. For more information, visit www.sgdatanet.ng or send us an email info@sgdatanet.ng or call 080-822-63768.
Yeah, you're welcome to today's class. If you are joining us on Facebook or Zoom, I welcome you to today's our class. Our classes holds every Monday by this same time in the afternoons or evening or afternoon. We've started a series in R and we are going a step further. My name is Lanre Moluga and I'm the host of today's class, and I welcome you once again. It's a short class. We give you nuggets on how you can become a proficient data scientist using the tool called R. And we've been doing this every week for the past 3 months. So we welcome you once again to this class and we hope you enjoy today's class. Today we are going to be talking about how to handle your data. How do you handle your data in R? You know, we started the part 1 last week. Today we are going a step further. Last week we talked about how to import and do your data part 1, where we talked about how to import data into R, how to import Excel files, Microsoft Excel files that have the extension xlsx into R. This week, we are going to look at how you can export them out again from your R Studio. And some of the things I'm going to cover in today's class are how to export data from R to Excel, how to export data from R to CSV, and how to read a file in R. We're going to cover these 3 categories today, and I'm going to take you straight into our R Studio, where we are going to start. So we believe you all have the R Studio. I'll pop my R Studio up. Let me clear the screen. So last week, we started talking about handling your data. There are so many things you could do. Your data could be ordinary files that are somewhere on your laptop or on the website or on a remote server you want to have access to. And we talked about how you can get that thing into this R Studio you are seeing on my screen right now. And today we are moving a step further. We're not going to waste much of your time. We're going to show you how to export that data. We believe you have your data already. Last week we talked about our data, which was the one we imported. This was our data 3. You know, we got this data imported into our last week and we're able to view this data. So let me just run a quick revision of what we did last week. We did this data last week. Then we were able to view our data. Let's view our data. Yeah, this was the data we imported into R last week. So I want to show you how to get this data exported again. You know, it's supposed to be a two-way thing. There's supposed to be a way for you to import it into R, and there's a way to export it out into R. So this data is what we are talking about right now. It is stored in this data frame. called data tree. That is where it is stored. That is why I'm able to view it by using the view function. Now, we want to see how to export the data out. And for us to do that, we need to make sure we have this library. Last week, we talked about packages. Packages are like functions that allows us to do specific things on R. So this is a library called Rio, which you need to have installed on your Rstudio. And last week we talked about, if you have not watched the part 1, I will put a link there so that you can watch the part 1 on how to install packages and how to call packages in your Rstudio. So this is a package that we used last week. Thank you for joining us on Facebook. We thank you so much. So this week, this package needs to be installed before you can go on. So I assume I have installed this package RIO. You need to make sure it is enabled. And how you make it available for you to use in your code is by typing library RIO. Then you run it, clicking the run command here. Once you run it, and you see it run here, it means it's successful. It's running on your R. So now I'm going to use this function called export. This export is going to take data from my R and export it to my laptop right now. So the way it's going to work is, I call the name of the data I want to export out, which is data 3. Don't forget that data 3 is what we did last week, which is this, which is what I just showed you now. Let me show you now. This is the elements in data 3 that we want to export. You need this thing to be out of your Rstudio, to be like a file, an Excel file. That is the aim of export. So you can't really use this for anything. You need to get it out, then you'll be able to use it. All right. And for you to do that, you need to use this export. So I call data 3 because that is the name that was assigned to that data. That is the name of the data frame that was assigned. Then I call the name I want the file exported to be called. So it can be any name. I can call it test 1, 2, 3. And this is going to export this file into a place called my working directory. If you look at the right hand side here, this is my working directory. This is my working directory. My working directory is a place you have set on your Rstudio. And here I set my documents to be my working directory. All right. So this is the working directory where it will go. But this place also is my document. You can change your working directory to any part, on any location on your laptop. So I'm going to export this data tree as test 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to run the command right now. Click on it and press Ctrl Enter, or you click run. Once you click run, it runs here. You can see that it's successful. It's blue, it's not red. Then you can come to this place and look for a file. You first need to refresh it because you have a new thing there. Then you look for export. I'm looking for export. So testing 1, 2, 3, right? That's the name of the file that we exported from Rstudio. So still scrolling down, looking for testing 1, 2, 3. Where is testing? Yeah, you can see it here. This is test 1, 2, 3, which is a file we exported. And for you to see it on your system, you just need to go to your working directory. My working directory is my documents. I get to my documents, I look for test 1, 2, 3. This is it here. I double click it and it opens the file for me. So I have successfully exported this file from my Rstudio. Can't you see? This is wonderful. Now I have the file out. I can take it to anybody, send it by mail to anybody, or use it for whatever I want to use it for. So that is one way to export. And how do you know it's an Excel file? It's very easy. It exported it as an Excel file because if you check the extension here, put your mouse on it, you can see, and you right click and you go to properties, you can see that it's an XLS file it came out with that extension XLS file. So that is a very easy way to export Excel file from Rstudio. Now I want to show you also how to export. The second one we're going to talk about today is how to export to CSV. The first one we did was we exported to Excel. Now we want XLS. Now we want to export to CSV. How do we go about it? It's very easy. We're going to use the write.table. That is the way we are going to export. So write.table is a function in R that belongs to the package write library, write Excel. So we just type write.table, then the name of the data we want to export, which is this data frame here, the same one. Then the path, the location we want it to go, to be exported into. Right now, I want it to be exported to my downloads. My downloads is where this file, thank you for joining us. I see you. Thank you, Lord. Thank you all. I want this file to be exported to downloads on my PC, and the name of the file is going to be test32.csv, test34.csv. And this separate SEP means separator. What separator would be the it's going to be comma separated. That is what this SEP means. So what I'm going to do now is run this code. You highlight the code and you click run, or you press Ctrl Enter. Then I'm going to go, or let me just give it another name because I have it already on my downloads. Let me call it 67 and run it again. Now it's done. So I go to my downloads on my PC. I'm going to look for the file. Yes, this is it, 67. Now the file was exported successfully and it's a comma separated value file. So this is, and once I click on it, you will see the content of the file that was exported. So these are the simple ways you can export files to Excel and to CSV in R. If you have any question, you can drop your questions in the comments and we would attend to you. We hope we've been able to give you some nuggets on how to export files in Excel. So we'll come your way next week. Have a wonderful evening and bye for now.